Greetings, fellow traders. Spellbound here, and it's time for the daily market wrap for Monday, October the 19th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, let's check and see where we left off the market here today. So SPX had a little bit of the case of the Mondays, right? So upper shadow here today off of the upper Bollinger Band here on the monthly chart. Still green on the month. Weekly chart looking interesting, right? So we talked about this over the weekend that maybe if things get really bearish right here, this could be working on an evening star reversal setup. Again, we still got a lot of week left to close under the 50% range of this candle. But what is interesting is that these prior weekly highs, right, served as major resistance area. We basically closed right at that area here. So this could be support, and wave 4 might actually be in here. It might give a little bit more of a test to this line. So that's kind of like the big line in the sand right here. Below those levels, we still have wave 1, right? You can't intersect wave 1 if it's going to be a wave 4. And the 50-day moving average is just above the wave 1 top. So this is also a key area here, 3,400 on the SPX. So we may see a little bit more down movement, but that might be a rally point too. And a lot of algos like to play off the 50-day moving average. Let's take a look at SPY and see how that ended up finishing up here today, volume-wise. Pretty interesting, guys. Watch out for a low volume fake out here. I mean, it was Friday here. I know it was option expiration day with, or monthly expiration day, right? A little like increased volume with some shenanigans. But for a Monday with a big down move like this to have this type of decreased volume doesn't show that they're really super duper in it, right? So what's kind of cool about the SPY here is that we filled this gap, right? And we kind of rallied off of that a little bit. So definitely something to keep an eye on right here if this ABC is done here on the wave 4. So very interesting. Now on the intraday time frame, guys, it was a great day today, right? So a lot of opportunities here on the short side, pretty much all day. We stayed bearish pretty much the majority of the day. Just a lot of great wave counts here in today. Wave 1, 2, then another 1, 2 to kind of work its way down the wave 4 triangle right here. Wave 5, right, another move up, and then another impulsive move down. Just a lot of great moves off of our signal zones. We finally bounced and found stability here at our 3410 signal zone. So let's see what they have in store for that one tonight. Let's take a look at the MES. I think we could probably put a channel around this one going into the evening session. So let's see how that goes there. Here. Okay, so let's just go down here at the bottom of the channel. There. Okay, so definitely a good channel to keep an eye on right here for the futures tonight. If we can get above this channel here, who knows? Maybe they'll come up with an overnight stimulus deal or something like that and get this thing going. So let's see how that goes going into the rest of the evening. Let's take a look at the Qs and see how they behave today. Looks like they misbehaved today, down about 1.6%. Again, a lot of triangle moves here today for an eventual breakdown. So some nice moves there. Let's take a look at IWM. Okay, IWM, same thing. We talked about this on the lunchtime market update here. Let's get a geo on here. This to this, right? Breakdown, retest, and then flush. Nice little retrace right there on IWM. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple we're pretty much leaning bearish on all day today too. This gave a great triangle breakdown right here. TUS has been running slow today. Here. Okay, so nice triangle breakdown there on Apple today. Let's take a look at Tesla. Okay, so Tesla down about 8 points. They gave a little bit of a spike there after hours. But if you go to the daily chart, right, we did close back under the ADMA here with increased volume. So if they're going to try to do an earnings run on this one, it's got to go, right? Otherwise, it's got a little bit of time, and maybe they'll flush it and make everybody be like, Tesla's not going to beat and all that stuff, and then they gap up like 100 points or something like that. So definitely something to keep an eye on there for Tesla. Other than that, let's see. We got one I want to kind of keep an eye on the radar here, guys. So just kind of keep an eye on this one going into tomorrow. Roku. It's gotten pretty extended right here. It's kind of sitting at the 8-day moving average. On the hourly chart, if we zoom out here a little bit, it appears to be putting in a little bit of a sideways head and shoulders pattern right here, right? So just kind of keep an eye on this one, see if it gaps down tomorrow and gives a downside move. It's got an open gap below that might get tested. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on there for Roku. DKNG, okay, ended up 24 cents today. If I can get it pulled up here. There we go. So still leaning pretty bearish on this thing, like we said. Daily chart, right? Still a nice hammer, good volume. So see if they're capitulating right here under the 15-day moving average. If not, we still can see down to the cloud on DKNG. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Zoom. Okay, only up about 9 points today. Did give a reversal candle up here, so that's something to keep an eye on right here. Wave 5 might be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we could be looking at sort of a corrective pattern right here. So we'll see how that goes going into the rest of this week. Pins ended up hanging out there pretty well today. Decent candle, good volume, fresh all-time highs, and didn't quite close over the previous highs. I'd like to see it close over 46, but so far so good on that one. Let's see if it gets affected at all by Snap. Snap's got earnings coming up. Big volume on Snap today. Snap has earnings coming up tomorrow after hours, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on too. And then finally, let's take a look at IBM. So IBM, kind of a big tech name here that reported here this evening. So let's see how that's behaving right here. Starting to move here after hours a little bit. Big range so far, so that's going to be a little bit challenging trading it into tomorrow unless they have like a huge move up after their conference call or something like that. But definitely one to keep an eye on just in case. So good stuff, guys. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your evening. We'll catch you on the free YouTube live stream tonight at 7:30 Eastern. And until then, stay healthy out there and remember risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.